I don't tell people to file a particular tax return. I don't tell them to go up against the system. I tell them, you lost decades ago. The tax man owns the courts. You can't even have the governing statute. Do you think you can have any of that other good garbage that the movement will teach you? They offer these, what they call solutions, when in fact, you can't even have the statute that governs you and your paycheck. What can you have if you can't have that? So the self-taught gurus out there, for the most part, are a collective farce. And be careful. You can study my work, you can't use it. The law doesn't count. It's in my disclaimer. Has been for many years. You don't poke the beast in the eye. Study the beast. You don't know your government. You think you have a strict cop relationship with your government. The government is not a strict cop. It's a carjacker with pistols in prisons. And I don't want to see any more Americans lose their Christine York in 1993. Leaned and levied into poverty, 50-some-year-old human resources specialist for a corporation. She had filed 1040 NRs, non-resident alien tax returns, and was penalized several $100s for each one. Got her paycheck taken, had to give up her apartment. She was self-reliant, had to move back in with her mother, destroyed her credit, and drove her life into the ground. And then one day, her digestive tract went into paralysis, and she had no digestive movement for 30 days, lying on a gurney at the University of Washington Medical Center, undiagnosed, with tubes in and out of everywhere, because she filed the wrong tax returns. Dick Simkinen died in prison. He was an employer, I think in Arizona maybe, who stopped withholding from his employees' paychecks, saying they don't owe it. He ended up in prison. After his sentence, he was let out on, supervised release, messed up on his terms of supervised release, was put back in prison, died in prison due to stress. Irwin Schiff, the government probably never went on record denying he had like 3 statutes he liked to look at, but he's the most famous of tax protesters. He died in prison. I'd really like to keep that from happening to others. And if this government can't handle you with the law, they'll handle you without it. And it just got worse in January. So none of this is about how you don't have to pay the IRS what it says. It's not about spiking the ball or doing an end zone dance because you got your money back. You never can tell when the government thinks they should visit you. And it's never good. Government that you find, I need to go out and find government to get a driver's license. I need to find government to come out and inspect the shed I built in the back of my house because I got a building permit and the rest of it. Jump through those hoops. It's government you need. I need a policeman. That's government that you go out and you find for yourself. But the government that looks at you and thinks they should find you, it's never good. And so none of this is about poking the government in the eye. The law doesn't count. That means you can't get good enough to poke the government in the eye. It doesn't exist. They'll come back and they'll take your eye.